Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review for Mahoutsukai no Yome, or the Ancient Magus Bride, Episode 4. So, either way, let's talk through this one. It was another good episode. The production quality, like animation and stuff, is really good. And the show in general, it's very good. It isn't personally my favorite compared to some of the other shows this season, but it's still very good. Let's just go ahead and talk our way through the episode and discuss the different things that happen during it. Starting at the beginning, we have Chisei has a weird dream. She's asleep on a train, and then she's visited by a talking cat, or they're on the train visited by a talking cat named Jasper, and says that the King of Cats is waiting for them. We meet Barney the guard, who I actually liked, and then Molly, the King of Cats, and Molly is pretty awesome. I really feared for Molly throughout this episode. I thought she was going to have what was the dragon from last episode? Melvin. That is not his name. Nevin. That was his name, I think. I thought it was going to be another one of those where she's like, oh, I would give my life, do anything to protect the other cats and to protect my human. And I thought that was going to happen, because then we were going to get the sad moment where the human's like, where's Molly? And she's like calling for her, waiting for her to come inside. So I thought that was what was going to happen. It didn't, thankfully. It would have been kind of a bit too similar to Nevin, I think. But hopefully that doesn't happen next episode either. But we find out that cats hate sorcerers. Molly loves her owner as her daughter. Elias hates kids because kids have a good sense of sort of paranormal things, and they can kind of see right through them, he says. But apparently they're here because there was a cat murderer long ago, and the cat murderer was killed by the first King of Cats. And in order to atone for what they've done and what has happened there, they have to make sacrifices there every year of their own cat people to keep the corruption at bay. So the corruption, they see it across the lake on this little teeny island thing, is trying to emerge to kill both cats and humans. So pretty much they just need to get rid of that before it hurts anybody. But this woman shows up and throws Chisei into the lake, and I thought the lady was Mina from the backstory. She looked like her. I thought that's what she was. It may be what she is, but she showed up at the end of the episode, and it kind of throws it into question, but I still think it's Mina. But I'm not sure because of the ending what her intentions are, but we'll see. Moving through it, I put in my notes, this is the second time this has happened. She just gets kidnapped by a random mage, thrown into the, well, we don't know if she's a mage, but kidnapped by a person with magic, thrown into the water, and we have her not really thinking about swimming to the surface until she has some grand revelation. But what happened here is that Chisei sees a flashback of this couple, Mina and Matthew. Mina is ill and in bed all the time, says she wants 9 lives like a cat, and Matthew is presumably the cat murderer. And I would assume he became corrupt, or became the corruption, because of the sorcerer that they said came into town. The sorcerer probably said, sacrifice and kill a bunch of cats, and then you'll be able to keep her alive. But that was, maybe it wasn't a lie. Maybe it is what made Mina into what she is now. It gave her that extended lifespan in exchange for him becoming this corruption. So then that's at least what I would think, because they say Matthew became the corruption because of obsession with her. So then with her little visualization of Mina, not the real one in the sort of modern clothes, but her visualization of the old one, says that she wants Chisei to kill them, which of course makes sense. Elias says he wants to completely cleanse this corruption because containing it isn't enough. That's just delaying the inevitable. It does kind of it kind of bugs me that Chisei doesn't tell Elias about the vision she had when she was in the lake, because it seems like that sort of thing would be helpful. And it happens all the time in shows, movies, anything, where one character knows something and doesn't tell the other character, even though there's no reason for them not to tell it, and it would help a lot. And this is just one of those situations where I just think it would have been much better and made a ton more logical sense if she would have just told him immediately, yo, I just had some crazy ass hallucination thing. But Elias gives a really good speech, tells her to love the world, and says that someone once told him that, so that sets us up for more story later on, finding out who it is that said that to Elias. Chise and the Ariel go to perform the cleansing, and the two of them are caught by Renfred, and who I'm assuming to be modern-day Mina. Don't know why she's helping the guy. Maybe she's being forced to do his bidding, but it seems like, well, Chise should cleanse this, and maybe that'll stop her, heal her, because she could be under his control, because he's a sorcerer, we find out. And he says that Chise is being deceived by Elias and the Ariel, and that she's going to soon die, and that's where we ended off. So yeah, I thought it was a good episode. Like I said, the sorcerer probably just corrupted Matthew and made him the murderer by saying that it would heal her, and it obviously, if that happened a long time ago, it obviously prolonged her lifespan to what it is now. Maybe she gets multiple lives, she just keeps being reborn or something. But yeah, either way, that's sort of how this probably worked out. I love the talking cats because talking cats are great. I really hope Molly survives. Molly better survive. So yeah, I guess that's it. 8.5 cat societies out of 10. I really did enjoy it and thought it was a good episode. One qualm I have that I'm not really even going to count towards this episode or anything is we never really wrapped up what was going on with the dragons. Elias was like, hey, there's a problem we need to look into with the dragons. The guy that watched over the dragons was like, oh yeah, food is scarce, so they're going out further than normal and might be bothering people. And then we kind of just dropped that and moved along. So we didn't really have a solution to that problem. We didn't find any sort of way to, there was never any solution to that problem they were having. So I guess whatever, we just sort of moved along from that. With nothing. But either way, I guess that was it. So if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this episode, what you thought of my thoughts on it. Subscribe for more Mahoutsukai and Yome, much more on the channel, watching and reviewing tons of other anime. Follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel. And if you want to talk to us all in the Discord server, just ask and I'll give you a link. So that's it. Thank you once again for watching. I'll see you all next time.